Hi everyone, I'm David Garrido, Sky Sports presenter, and I'm here alongside Jamie and Scott from REL, it's Rail Electrification Limited, because they are the newest members of the Big Goal family. It's great to have you alongside us, and thanks so much for sparing the time to chat about the Big Goal. We know here at Sky it's such an important initiative for us, and we always want to try and expand the family, as I say. So Jamie, if I could start off with you. So you've just recently joined the campaign as a new member. What first introduced you to it, and what immediately stood out to you about it?
Well, if I'm honest, I first learned about the Big Goal through my wife, Amy, because she likes to fetch her work home with. But seriously, REL sponsored the Homeless World Cup back in 2016. So to us, this just seemed like a natural step, because as a company, we're really passionate about helping people back into education and employment. And this campaign gives people something real to aim for.
Yeah, I think that's the thing, isn't it? It's tangible. You know how you can positively affect lives. If we come to you, Scott, and you know, your company, Rail Electrification Limited, by its very name, you can tell it works in a very different sector to football and to sport. But what made you feel like this was something that your organisation really genuinely wanted to support?
Well, I think mainly what we do is we work in railway infrastructure. So we work in large teams in a safety critical environment, communication, teamwork, discipline. So you think about it like that, reconciling all of those required skills in the workforce aligned to a football team in pretty much every way. So we've realised that, and that allows us through football environment to actually maybe in discussion with the people who think in life that they've missed their window or their opportunity, by giving those communication skills, discipline, teamwork, and then making them realise how employable they are on the back of it.
Yeah, and we've seen that in football, of course, as well, with players. Sometimes they get given a second chance, and they then find their rhythm, and they then go on to have great careers. Let's get some details, Jamie. When you learn about the Street Soccer Academy program and the young people it supports, what resonated the most with you?
So what really hit home for me was how much it really lines up with what we at REL believe. I mean, young people are the future of our industry. So it just makes sense to support them.
Yeah.
And doing that through sport is perfect, because it builds that teamwork, that confidence, and that feeling that you're in it together.
Yeah.
So it's just a positive energy that we really want to support.
Yeah. And I think also, you know, just going a little bit more globally, Scott, from a business perspective, why is it important for companies to engage in these sorts of initiatives supporting vulnerable young people and indeed communities? Because it goes just beyond the individual to something even more cultural.
Well, I think we're a competency-based industry. We've got an ageing demographic in our sector. It's an old, mature sector. I think where we've always struggled, that we work as a business both nationally and locally, and it's quite transient by the nature of what we do. So the appealing thing about this is that we can join an overarching kind of nationwide organisation that is a kind of constant message and a constant theme. And then, like specifically where we're working in the west of London at the moment, we can then dip into a local community that's relative to a project or an opportunity or a new office or a new depot that we're opening up. So that being able to kind of helicopter up and helicopter down, both as a nationwide business, and then tapping into a very specific local community relative to what we do and moving about by the transient nature of what we do.
Yeah, it works on so many levels, doesn't it? It can work really strategically, but it can work really tangibly in that local community. All right, Jamie, so let's get excited, shall we? What most excites you about the Big Goal campaign moving forward now?
Obviously, it's meeting the students, the young people, getting to know them and supporting them through program. And then selfishly, it's learning from other sectors on how they engage with the young, vulnerable, diverse groups. And it's basically, I'm here to help, but also to steal all the good ideas.
Well, no, but do you know what? I agree with you, Jamie, because they always say creativity is nicking other people's ideas and putting it into your own context. So you're just being creative, really. That's what's going on there. One of the unique things about the Big Goal, as you'll know, Scott, is bringing businesses together through football, and they're also supporting a really quite important social mission. So what about that combination? Why does it work so well?
I think, well, our introduction to the charity was obviously the charity was keen to diverse away from its historic kind of core sector that it was involved in. I think that we can open up a door, you know, construction in its most generic phase is such a large sector that hopefully by us leading the way and highlighting, you know, this charity to companies that maybe are unaware of it, and just the simple aggregation of all of the businesses coming together, you know, it's a louder voice, it's numerous voices, so it means the message is going wider as well.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is, you know, once you're in the family as a new member, you can become an advocate. You can really help spread that message far and wide, and that's both externally and internally. Look, you guys are already on board, but what about your colleagues, Jamie, and the wider organisation getting involved in the campaign over the coming months? What's that look like?
The buzzing. They're
Yeah.
really looking forward to supporting the whole thing, getting involved, meeting the young guys and helping them through, supporting them through the programme. And a lot of them, to be fair, have been dusting off the football boots and pretending they've still got it. So there'll be plenty of support and probably plenty of injuries along the way.
Well, yeah, we have seen both sides of this, Jamie, in the last few editions. Scott, I guess here's the call to action piece, right? You know, what would you say to other businesses who might be hearing about the big goal for the first time and just wondering, you know, should I get involved?
The reality of it is, like, when we've all been at school, we think when we leave school, that is the beginning and the end of what defines you. And, you know, and not everybody leaves school and ends up with the path that they're looking for, you know, and I think that this charity gives opportunity and makes people realise that, you know, what they thought was lost isn't lost. You know, there's so many people that work in our businesses that have come from second chances. You know, whether that's an age demographic, being unemployed, maybe falling upon hard times and down that wrong route. So I think the message is from this is, you know, like coming back, I think sport has such a strong message and all of the things we touched upon earlier, that hopefully it gives momentum and it makes people realise that there is maybe still opportunity for out there that they've given up on.
It's one of the most impactful vehicles for purpose. You know, we've seen this before with sport, what it teaches people, but again, as you say, the opportunities and the impact that it can really have. Looking ahead, Jamie, what impact would you like to see this campaign have for young people across the country?
So looking at it, I'd like to see the campaign open real doors for people back into education, whether that's education, training, or real proper employment. It's also the big stuff as well. It's teaching these guys such as teamwork and resilience and giving them that confidence to get back out there. We've seen how powerful sport can be through our youth athlete programme. So we know it works. So it's just fantastic to be part of something that's going to see young people grow together as a team.
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it, when you see that change of mindset and attitude, and suddenly then, you know, they're given a new lease of life, and the impact that you can have to be part of that pathway is something really quite incredible. What a pleasure to speak to you both, Jamie, Scott. Thank you very much indeed. And make sure that you keep an eye across all of our channels for more of the big goal conversations.